Chapter number 5, Indigo by Lewis Fisher. Lewis Fisher was born in Philadelphia. He served as a volunteer in the British Army between 1918 and 1920. Fisher made a career as a journalist and wrote for the New York Times, the Saturday Review, and for European and Asian publications. He was also the member of the faculty at Princeton University. The following, Indigo, is an excerpt from his book The Life of Mahatma Gandhi. The book has been reviewed as one of the best books ever written on Gandhi by Times Educational Supplement. This extract highlights the injustice which was caused by the landlord system in Bihar to the poor peasants. The Champaran peasants, who were the sharecroppers, were exploited by the rich and influential English landlords, who insisted on cultivation of indigo on 15% land and made them surrender the entire indigo harvest as rent. After Germany developed the synthetic indigo, they obtained the agreements from the sharecroppers to pay them the compensation for being released from the 15% arrangement. Gandhi took up the cause for the poor peasants. He secured the justice for them and by convincing the arguments and negotiations. So let's start with the summary. In December 1916, Gandhi went to Lucknow to attend the annual convention of the Indian National Congress. There were 2,301 delegates and many visitors. A peasant from Champaran, Rajkumar Shukla, asked Gandhi to visit his district. Shukla followed Gandhi wherever he went. In 1917, Gandhi and Shukla boarded a train for Patna. Shukla led Gandhi to the house of a lawyer named Rajendra Prasad. They could not see him as he was out of town. Gandhi decided to go first to the Muzaffarpur to obtain the complete information about the conditions in Champaran. He reached Muzaffarpur by train at the midnight of 15th April 1917. Professor J.B. Kriplani received them at the station. Gandhi stayed there for 2 days. The news of Gandhi's arrival and the nature of his mission spread quickly through the Muzaffarpur and led to Champaran. Sharecroppers from Champaran began arriving there. Muzaffarpur. Lawyers briefed Gandhi about the court cases. He kitched the lawyers for collecting big fees from the sharecroppers. He thought the law courts were useless for the crushed and fear-stricken peasants. The real relief for them was to be free from fear. Then Gandhi arrived in Champaran. He began by trying to get the facts from the secretary of the British Landlords Association. First, he began in Champaran by trying to get the facts from the secretary of the British Landlords Association. The secretary refused to share the information to an outsider. Gandhi said that he was not an intruder. Next, Gandhi called on the British official commissioner of the Tirhat division. The commissioner started bullying Gandhi and advised him to leave Tirhat. Instead of leaving Tirhat, Gandhi went to the Motihari. Motihari at the time was the capital of Champaran. Several lawyers accompanied him. A large crowd of people greeted Gandhi at the railway station. It was the beginning of their liberation from fear of the British. A peasant has been halted and maltreated in a nearby village. The next morning, Gandhi started out on the back of the elephant. Soon he was stopped by the police superintendent's messenger and ordered to return to the town in his carriage. Gandhi complied. The messenger drove Gandhi home. Then he served him with an official notice to quit Champaran at once. Gandhi signed for the receipt for the notice and wrote on it that he would disobey the order. Gandhi received a summons to appear in the court the next day. At night, Gandhi telegraphed Rajendra Prasad, sent instructions to the ashram, and wired a full report to the viceroy. Thousands of the peasants gathered around the courthouse. The officials felt powerless. The authorities wished to consult the superintendents. Gandhi protested against the delay. The magistrate announced that he would pronounce the sentence after 2 hours. He asked Gandhi to furnish bail for those 120 minutes. Gandhi refused. The judge released him without the bail. The court started again after a break of on 20 minutes. The judge can, the judge then said that he would not be able to deliver the judgment for several days. He allowed Gandhi to remain at liberty. Gandhi asked the prominent lawyers about the injustice to the sharecroppers. They consulted among themselves. Then they told Gandhi that they were ready to follow him into the jail. Gandhi then divided the groups into the pairs and fixed the order in which each pair was to be court arrest. After several days, Gandhi was informed by the magistrate that the case has been dropped. For the first time in modern India, civil disobedience has triumphed. Gandhi and lawyers conducted an inquiry into the complaints of the peasants. About 10,000 peasants deposed. Documents were collected. Gandhi was summoned by Sir Edward Gate. Remember the name? Sir Edward Gate, the lieutenant governor at that time. He met with the Lieutenant Governor Sir Edward Gate 4 times. An official commission of inquiry was appointed. Gandhi remained in Champaran initially for 7 months. Initially, he remained 7 months in Champaran and then came for several shorter visits. The official inquiry assembled evidence against the big planters. They agreed in the principle to make refunds to the peasants. Gandhi asked only 50%, but the representative of the planters offered to refund up to 25% only. Gandhi agreed. The deadlock was broken. Gandhi explained that the amount of the refund was less important than the fact that the landlords have been forced to give some money and their prestige. The peasants now saw that he had the rights and defenders. He learned courage. Events justified Gandhi's position. Within a few years, the British planters abandoned their estates. These estate land were now when paying these estate land were distributed among the peasants. Indigo sharecropping disappeared. Gandhi wanted to do something to remove the cultural and social backwardness in the Champaran villages, so he appealed for the teachers, two young disciples of Gandhi, Mahadev Desai and Narhari Parikh. So the two disciples were Mahadev Desai and Narhari Parikh, and their wives volunteered for the work. Several more came from Bombay, Pune, and other districts of distant parts of the land. Devdas, who was Gandhi's youngest son, arrived from the ashram, and so did Mrs. Gandhi, Mrs. Kasturbai Gandhi. Primary schools were opened in 6 villages. Kasturba taught the ashram rules on personal cleanliness and community guidelines against sanitation. Health conditions were miserable. Gandhi got a doctor to volunteer his services for 6 months. Three medicines were only available, that is, castor oil, quinine, and sulfur ointment. Castor oil is said Arandika tel, quinine is quinine, sulfur ointment is Gandhaki malham. So, three medicines only available. Castor oil, Arandika tel, quinine, sulfur ointment. Sulfur ointment is Gandhaki malham. Gandhi noticed the filthy state of the women's cloth. One woman told Kasturba that she had only one sari during his long stay in Champaran. Gandhi kept a long distance watch on the ashram and sent regular instructions by mail. The Champaran episode was a turning point in Gandhi's life. It did not begin as an act of defiance, it grew out as an attempt to lessen the sufferings of the poor peasants. Gandhi's politics were closely connected with the practical day to day problems of the millions. He tried to mold a new free Indian who could stand on his own feet and make India free. Gandhi also taught that Gandhi also taught his followers a lesson in the self-reliance. Gandhi's lawyer friends thought that it would be a good idea for Charles Freer Andrews, the English pacifist, to stay in Champaran and help them. Andrews was willing if Gandhi agreed, but Gandhi opposed it forcefully. He said the cause is just and you must rely upon yourselves to win the battle. Again, he said that the cause is just and you must rely upon yourselves to win the battle. Thus, self reliance, Indian independence, and help to the sharecroppers were all bound together. So this was the chapter Indigo from Louis Fisher, class 12, chapter number 5, English. Let's hope we meet you in the next video. So do take care. Bye bye. Thanks. To subscribe the channel, please.